people, how you doing? Welcome to episode 3 of 254 Rugby. We are looking at the Rugby Africa Cup, the Olympic Games, the National Seventh Circuit, and anything else rugby. Well, the Rugby Africa Cup kicked off this past weekend in Kampala, Uganda, with matches in the quarterfinal stage. The Kenya Simbas are through to the last four. They defeated Senegal by 36 points to 17. It wasn't a fluid match, according to Jerome Parwata, who further rues the lack of action since November last year for his team's rather start-stop performance in the victory against Senegal.
Yeah, from my side, I'm just happy with this first game is done. I think guys were a bit rusty in the first half. I think there was a lot of points which we could have scored, but we haven't played for 7 months and we didn't even have a warm-up game to prepare. So, but that's the nature of this game. But one good thing is we were fitter than these guys and we were a bit smarter at some times. And in the second half, we could see when we played to our structure, if we play to this and just get better when we play our next game against Algeria, I think the points will go in our favor again. But I'm happy with this win, especially after a long layoff.
That notwithstanding, they're through to the final four and they have a date against Algeria. Algeria were 32-12 winners against Ivory Coast in their quarterfinal fixture. That should be an intriguing match because these two sides met during the same stage of the 2022 competition, which also served as a Rugby World Cup qualifier. The Kenyans defeating the Algerians on the day 36-33 in Marseille. Well, the work is cut out for the Kenya Simbas as they face the Algerians. The Algerians, counting on their huge French contingent, they will be looking to slow down the game when they play against the Kenyans, looking to play it tight, thrive on the set pieces, and draw penalties and enforced errors from the Kenyans. Jerome Parwata, on the other hand, will be looking to play an expansive game, stretch the Algerians out wide all through the match, but there has to be a lot of hard work put in by his forwards. The second semi-final, well, it pits defending champions Namibia against Zimbabwe in a Southern African derby. Namibia started their campaign with a 38-5 victory against Burkina Faso, while Zimbabwe knocked out the hosts Uganda 22-20. An interesting game, that one, because Zimbabwe raced to a 22-0 lead at the break. The Ugandans, back in the country and full of hope after a training camp in South Africa, rallied in the second half, pumping in 20 unanswered points, but it was not enough. The Zimbabweans holding on for that victory. Now, to the match between Zimbabwe and Namibia, of course, there's a lot riding on this one, more so in terms of bragging rights. These two sides, big rivals in Southern Africa. They have both represented the African continent at the Rugby World Cup. Zimbabwe representing Africa in 1987 and 1991, Namibia from 1999 to date. We do know that they are looking to build their playing base, that is the Namibians, and have mixed it up in terms of the squad that has come to Uganda for the competition. And of course, after that 38-5 victory over Burkina Faso, they are aware that the task against Zimbabwe is a bigger one, and they definitely will be taking it with the seriousness it deserves. The other clash, not the other clash, but looking at the Zimbabweans, they are looking to reclaim their foothold in African rugby, and pretty decent squad that they have. They do have the skills of Ian Pryor at number 10. He's played his Super Rugby with the Western Force in Australia and will be looking to, what can I say, share some of the experience, some of the skills that he has with the rest of the team as they take the game to Namibia. The semi-finals are set for the 24th of July at the one Kulukuku Stadium in Kampala, Uganda, the aptly named One Kulukuku Stadium. And still on the Rugby Africa Cup, I must say that the Ugandans have done a good job in terms of putting up a great rugby event. Kudos to them for the action on and off the pitch, setting standards, and it's great to see these kind of experiences in African rugby. Now, let's go to the Olympics. Shujaa, the Kenya Sevens national team, are set to play in their third successive Rugby Sevens competition at the Olympic Games. They play out of Pool B. It is a tough pool. Let's not lie about that. They have Argentina, Australia, and Samoa. And the task for Kevin Wambua's charges is simple: get out of the group stages among the top 8 and stay in contention for a medal at the close of the competition. I think all of us in Kenya and around the world, in Africa, you name it, we will be looking forward to cheering Shujaa as they embark on this quest. The SportPesa National Sevens circuit has been launched in Nairobi. It was launched on Monday, 22nd July. Well, this is the Kenyan Club Sevens Championship, and it promises to be exciting. Action begins this coming weekend with the Christie Sevens before it heads out to Kakamega on the 3rd and 4th for the KRU Sevens, and then a break with action resuming in Kisumu with the Dallas Sevens on the 17th and 18th. The Kabeberry Sevens follows soon after on the 24th and 25th at the RFUA ground, with the Driftwood Sevens taking place in Mombasa on the 7th and 8th of September. Prince Lou Sevens brings the season to a close in Nakuru on 14th and 15th of September. Remember, the team that accumulates the most points at the close of the circuit will be crowned the National Sevens Circuit champions for 2024. The National Sevens Circuit has been a breeding ground for talent. We have seen in recent years players like Patrick Odongo, now doing the business for Kenya Sevens, make his name on the National Sevens Circuit. Which stars are going to be unleashed in 2024? It remains to be found out. And also, just to remind you, we will be doing a quick preview of the Christie Sevens pools and putting it up soon on this channel. Now, away from that, Monate Akwe is in contention for the MLR overall title. You see his side, the Seattle Seawolves, are through to the Western Conference Finals. They defeated the San Diego Legion 30-28. They faced the Dallas Jackals for a place in the MLR Finals. The Jackals were 34-22 winners over the Houston Sabercats. In the Eastern Conference, it is the New England Free Jacks who defeated Old Glory 33-29 to reach the final. They will take on Chicago, who were 45-21 winners over NOLA Gold. And as always, we are rooting for you, Monate Akwe. Go on and get that bag. Now, away from that, let's go to age grade rugby on the international stage. England won the World Rugby Under-20 Championship, the World Rugby Junior Championship, defeating France 21-13 in the final in South Africa this past Friday. Kenya's Chipu were playing in the second tier tournament, the World Rugby Junior Trophy, which was taking place in Edinburgh, Scotland. They finished last, 8 out of 8, losing their final match, the 7th place playoff, 34-14 to Hong Kong, China. As always, the question or the challenge is what is in store for the Kenya under-20s. Away from that, they need to be playing a lot more regularly. They need to see a lot more. But hey, that's down to the policy makers. It has been a quick fire episode 3 of 254 Rugby. We will keep you updated with more as we continue. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for sharing this. Let's catch each other next time. Take care. Be safe. Cheers.